Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody was safe and you guys had fun considering the circumstances of the social distancing. I want to introduce myself. My name is Kenya Coleman and I have came to do videos so I can get comfortable with being in front of an audience. So I know last week I talked about being a slave. So I want to do a part 2 to being a slave because I feel like I need to go more in depth. I just kind of like scratched the surface. So I kind of want to go a little bit more in depth about being a slave. So I know last week I talked about, what God showed me after I stepped out of my job of 17 years that I was a slave to my job. And so I wanted to go a little bit more in depth about that. About being a slave at my job for 17 years, about what that entailed. I know for me, about being a slave at my job, my personal life is suffered with putting my job first. And I'll say this as far as, my family. Like, I was half doing my job raising my kids, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I put all my focus and all my energy into my job. So when I got home, I was super tired. I didn't want to cook. I barely wanted to do homework. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I got 2 children. I have a 13-year-old and I have a 7-year-old. And I'm gonna be honest with you, my 2, whoo, baby, they are a handful. When I tell you a handful. And so they're a handful. And so with that being said, I struggled, when I came home. I just half did my job as a parent because I was so tired by the time I came home. I really didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to do no extra. Then when the weekend came, I didn't want to go, I didn't want to do the quality time. I just want to sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. Is that right? Was that fair to my kids? That wasn't fair to my kids. That was wrong. And after I came out of my job, I've been able to spend quality time with my kids. Granted, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's working with me in the area of patience. Like, my patience is not there. Like, I got patience with other people and other things, but my kids, baby, I do not have patience with my kids. Like, I pray about patience with my kids every single day. Like, they test me to the max every day. Their listening skills, non-existence. I'm like, where'd you guys come from? I didn't act like that when I was growing up, and I know he's testing me, because I'm asking for it, because I want to be better, with the patience with my kids. And so when I came out of my job, he's allowed me to spend quality time with my kids, which is great, things that I wouldn't have had before. And so he still had to remind me again, if I was in my job, I wouldn't have got that quality time with my kids. I wouldn't have got to spend time with them. And I want to commend the teachers out there. I want to commend you guys, the teachers, the tutors, anybody who academically is involved with kids and education. I commend you, because this is a job, and I am not the one for that part. The homeschooling has been a struggle for me and my children. Now, I may be able to go out and help somebody else's kid with, education, or, to help, help them with their schooling, but my own kids, it's been an absolute struggle. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just a struggle. It's been a nightmare. But what he has reminded me again is, if I was in my job, it would be so much harder. I'd be stressed out to the max. I'm complaining now about homeschooling. Oh, if I was working 40 plus hours a week at my job and had to come home, and let me say this again, because I keep saying the word honest, and be honest again. My son, he struggles academically in school, so he has to have extra help. So I have to help him. And if I was at work, he would be like, oh, I'm going to just wait till you get home. and I would have to, and that would just be that. He would literally wait till I would get home. So then, if I worked a 10 to 8 hour, or 8 to 10 hour shift, and then still have to come home and do homework, and he takes hours to do homework, like, I'd be stressed out. So God has allowed me to come out of my job so I could be here during this pandemic right now. During this pandemic, I've been able to be home with my kids and I have to be at work. So there again, I'm thankful again that I'm not a slave to my job, because if I was a slave to my job, I wouldn't be available to my kids once again. So I just wanted to share with you that whatever it is that you're a slave to, make sure that you release yourself, that you're free from that you make a balanced life, so that you are overall, just your whole life is a balance, so that you don't feel stressed out, that you don't feel overwhelmed, and that your family gets the best version of you. Because I can say for me, my family they weren't getting the best version of me. They weren't. And I hope this video helps somebody else out. I hope these videos are helping you out, because it's definitely helping me out. And eventually, you'll see more of me. You'll see me doing more things, and I really appreciate the support. It's really, really appreciated. Thank you. Until next Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Bye-bye.